sitting in our fear, whether your fear makes you angry and lash out and refuse to do things and stand in this side, or whether your fear makes you hide or do this or stay on this side as a flight, the fear is a catalyst that prompts you to make a choice. It prompts you to make a choice moving forward. How are you reacting to this fear catalyst? And I've totally shifted gears here. Thank you, universe, because they pushed me to this spot of the fear catalyst. How are you reacting to the fear catalyst? To other people? Do you laugh at people who watch the news? Do you call them sheep? Do you tell them you should be educated? You should educate yourself. Do you yell at people who refuse to wear a mask? Do you yell at people who send you links for all of the conspiracy stuff that they believe in? Do you get angry at stuff that you see or don't see? Do you insult your friends? Thank you, Tristan. I appreciate that. Have you found more division in the way that you have been holding yourself and carrying yourself? Or are you finding more unity through your fear-based reaction? We all know fear is fight or flight. Have you been fighting or have you been flighting? And it's okay to do either. It's okay whichever path you choose. But that catalyst is an opportunity for you to look at how you are reacting to it. Just like staying home is an opportunity for you to look at how you're reacting to it in your very personal stuff, in those deepest recesses of your pain. Because like I was saying, we create these armored boxes. We create this armor to put on. We create these walls to protect us from the pain that we've been through, and not just in this lifetime, but through all the lifetimes that are happening all at the same time. So some of how you're reacting, maybe you don't know why you're so angry about it, right? Or maybe you think you know because of a very human reason, but is that anger connected to something deeper? Did your friend really deserve to be cursed out because they disagree with you? Or because they called you stupid? Does anyone deserve to be cursed out? Maybe. But did you curse them out with kindness? Did you say afterwards, but I loved you anyways? I don't know. Examining this fear, not just in how we express ourselves to others in the world, but how we are handling it in private. Do you avoid looking at it? Maybe you avoid it altogether. Maybe you just get on your superiority horse and say, I'm smart and you're stupid. I really know what's going on and everyone else is an idiot. And you sit in that space. Or maybe you sit inside and say, I'm not going out, period, end of story. This is how I react to fear. I'm doing what I'm told. I'm a sheep. We all are in a fear-based event. Every person on this planet was in a fear-based event. And how they reacted to that determined how their society as a whole went through it. How each individual culture reacted to that fear-based catalyst that we are all in has now determined how that culture as a whole moved forward. I talked about this way back when this first started, that I feel like countries that are on the verge of war, countries that live on that edge, like say South Korea. South Korea lives on a border with an enemy that has been threatening to blow them up for, what is it now, 60 years, 70 years. So when presented with a fear-based catalyst of an unknown virus, they reacted immediately with science. They reacted immediately with their populace, And their populace responded not in protest to being told what to do, but rather because they're always on the edge of some sort of a event, a warlike event, where they will have to follow what their government says. They will need to know where safe places are. They will need to follow proper procedures so that the most people can live through the war-based event. Because they have been raised with that understanding, I feel like maybe they reacted differently to the edicts or to the advice that their government gave them. And so their response allowed them to very quickly navigate what happened. But we are not that country here in the United States. And I said this to a friend, and they did not respond well to it. I believe that the fight instinct that we have of refusing to wear a mask and saying that it's stifling my freedoms and it's controlling me is that fight-based fear response. It's a fight-based fear response because it is also based, and they go, I'm not scared, that's why I don't wear a mask, because I'm not scared. No, you're scared of being controlled. You're scared of losing freedom. You're scared the mask is going to make you not be able to breathe. You're scared that you won't be able to communicate. You're scared that the mask is a black magic curse that is taking away your rights, or however it is that you're responding. That's also a fear-based response. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with fear. Like, we don't have control over exterior fear-based responses. We only have control over how we respond. And if you respond in fight, how do you then express that to those around you? If you respond in flight, how are you then expressing that to those around you? Is it controlled by the society that you're in? Are you influenced by the people around you? Because in one of these exchanges, when I very politely just said, I think this is fear in both directions, the comments back and forth became people laughing at the sheep who believe in the masks. Now, this is a very good friend of mine. And I'm like, well, okay, I'm a sheep. So are you and your friends making fun of me? Is that how you really feel about me? This reminds me of when Trump first came into office, okay? And there are still a lot of spiritual people who support him 1,000% and think that he is the one that is going to save all the children that are being trafficked. Okay. Whether I agree with that or not is not the point. And whether masks are right or wrong is not the point. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about our responses. Because evidently, truth is up to the perception of the person reading it. And when you don't trust any sources but the ones that you trust, then nothing gets through in that way on either side. So, but it reminds me of when Donald Trump first got elected. And a lot of the posts on both sides, and still a lot of the posts, have a lot of snowflake, libtard, stupid, Nazi, throwing around terms back then before he expressed a lot of authoritarian leanings, right? And these were people that we knew. They're people that I had been friends with for years, posting things that if I was a different type of person, I might personally be offended by someone calling me an idiot, right? Saying that I'm stupid. I might personally be offended by that. Now, I don't care what people think about me. So I tend not to be offended by that kind of stuff. But throwing these things around, you then look at that and say, oh my God, is that what they think of me? Do they think I'm a sheep because I watch Rachel Maddow? Do they think I'm a sheep because I watch these, the news, because I pay attention to the White House briefings, because I actually look deeper than what other people are saying? Are they looking at me and saying that about me? When they giggle back and forth in their posts that I choose not to comment on, about the stupid sheep? Are they talking about me? So this is not about which side you're on. This is not about, this is about fear and our reaction to that fear. And it's up to each of us to pay attention to our own reaction to that fear. Are we causing more fear and anxiety?